Lil Durk's case from 2019 is about to start. Feds claim that they have enough evidence to sentence Durk to life in prison. We need to talk about this, so let's get straight into it. Now, as Lil Durk said in his latest song Rumors featuring Gucci Mane, Durk said, and I quote, "Smirk, you be trippin', you better put your case first," hinting towards his court case that is coming up, and it's coming up fast. Now, the court case begins in 2019. Rappers Lil Durk and King Von were out in Atlanta at a restaurant called The Varsity. Now, outside of the club, law enforcement claim that they have now found video evidence of Lil Durk using a firearm towards an individual named Alexander Witherspoon. Now, this was after Durk and King Von allegedly snatched his chain, according to the police reports. I was able to pull the records from the official court files online. It states, and I quote, "Two rappers were at a recording studio throughout the night, the two rappers being rappers King Von and Lil Durk. After hitting the studio, they then went to the gas station. They then went over to the Varsity for late night dinner, and while going inside of the Varsity, they noticed out in the parking lot that there was a man named Alexander Witherspoon. Alexander Witherspoon is known throughout the streets of Chicago for things revolving street ties. Lil Durk and King Von were standing at the front of the Varsity, thinking of a way to rob him for his goods. This is when on camera Lil Durk and King Von was allegedly seen putting up their hoods and then walking over towards Alexander. A small conversation then happened, and that is when Lil Durk and King Von started to snatch his chain and allegedly robbed him for $30,000 worth of cash. Once Witherspoon was on the ground, a pair of car keys then fell out of his jeans pocket. The rappers then picked up the car keys, hopped inside of the vehicle, and started driving away. While driving away, footage then caught somebody's arm sticking out of the vehicle window, and then using a firearm towards Witherspoon before flooring away from the scene. A few weeks later, a warrant went out for Lil Durk's arrest. Before turning himself into jail, he released his hit song Turn Myself In, claiming that he is innocent and will get through this court case with no issues. A judge then granted Lil Durk and King Von bond in this court case, as evidence at the time was very little. Durk's bond was $250,000. There was also conditions that he was not allowed near firearms and he could not have any contact with anyone involved in the case. A restraining order between Lil Durk and King Von was then placed, as well as the two rappers against Alexander Witherspoon. This is actually the reason why King Von and Lil Durk were not with each other the day King Von sadly passed. Now, the judge in this court case has recently announced that they have most likely found probable cause to charge Durk for the act, alongside 5 other charges involving street activities and holding firearms as a convicted felon. New evidence has been coming out in this case. Allegedly online from online sources, there is now new security footage found with somebody's arm coming out of the window of the vehicle. The question all this time was, whose arm was it? The feds are trying to prove it's Lil Durk's by comparing the tattoos on the individual's arm, and for the longest time, the security footage that they had was not good enough quality to tell whose arm it was. The court case was delayed for quite some time. This is due to real life issues the world's facing, as well as the passing of King Von. Now, Lil Durk's trial is beginning in the next few months. Sources claim that with the passing of King Von, all of the attention in the case has been directed towards Durk. So instead of the feds splitting their attention on each suspect, their entire focus is now on Lil Durk. This is what's making people believe, with the judge now claiming that there is new evidence, that this is no longer looking good for Durk. With Alexander Witherspoon not passing, but still facing injuries from the incident, Lil Durk will not be facing a full life sentence. But due to his criminal history, which is a very long one, lawyers now claim with this type of act, Lil Durk is looking at facing 15 to 20 years in prison. Prison is usually never easy for rappers. Rich rappers tend to have many issues while in prison, as they are locked up with prisoners that have nothing to lose. Inmates tend to go after rappers for financial gain. They'll promise them security and safety while on the inside of bars in exchange for money on their books, commissary goods, and better clothing. Not to mention, while Lil Durk is in prison, you never know who is going to be in his cell block. For all he knows, there could be rival street teams that are in the exact same cell block as him. So when his trial does begin, Lil Durk's recent issue with 6ix9ine will definitely be brought up. As of right now, Lil Durk is released on bond. The judge will examine how he has treated his time on bond and then make a decision from there. So around the time that King Von sadly passed, Tekashi 6ix9ine, he obviously did a lot on social media. 6ix9ine posted a photo to his Instagram account of him wearing King Von's face on a t-shirt. Now on the caption, 6ix9ine says, and I quote, "He really thought y'all loved him, he believed y'all. If he ain't slide for his brother who got hit in his head, then you thought different." He then added several laughing emojis, and obviously, this is directed to Lil Durk. 6ix9ine definitely didn't stop here when it came to going at Durk either for the passing of King Von. He would constantly post memes about Durk and said a lot of things about King Von and about his passing that I don't think anyone should ever say. So this is when a viral video started floating around the internet. Now in this video, 6ix9ine, he has no security or anyone with him. Allegedly, these are members of OTF. They ran up on 6ix9ine while he was sitting in his parked vehicle, and due to the timing of this happening, a lot of people online are claiming that it has ties to do with what 6ix9ine had to say about King Von's passing. Luckily, things didn't get too crazy as they were in the streets of New York, which is always filled with law enforcement. 6ix9ine has not been having the regular security that he's used to having lately. I believe people from O-Block, especially Lil Durk, has noticed this and took action. Now here's the video that I'm talking about. Now after this video went around online, a very concerning photo of 6ix9ine was then brought up on the same Reddit page. So in this photo you see 6ix9ine getting a cast put onto his arm. There was a second photo with it, but I'm definitely not allowed to share it due to 6ix9ine having many bruises on his face. Now while this gets investigated, I do actually believe that there may be a tie with Lil Durk in all of this happening, as ever since this video also did get released online, this is also the same amount of time that 6ix9ine has disappeared from social media. I'm starting to feel like this definitely cannot be a coincidence, but who knows, maybe Lil Durk had nothing to do with it. Lil Durk's trial is beginning in the next few months. Now I will keep you up to date with everything going on in it, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update on what's going on. If you are new to the channel, leave a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. It's been District Trending and I'm out. Peace. And don't forget to check out our videos here at the end screen.